Women have been oppressed by men, and it's okay to have that guard up.
How do you define
Maybe in our households or other things we've seen relationships where the man has been toxic and has been controlling to women. Maybe that's what we've been around, and it's okay to have that guard up, and it's okay to not let men control you. It's okay for you to also have those personal boundaries. Yeah, there's boundaries in a relationship, but you must also put personal boundaries within yourself. Because if you're just like with this man, you're just going off whatever he's saying or whatever, you don't have a mind of your own, and you end up losing those boundaries, and you end up getting used as a stepping stool.
How do you know that? You're 21.
I've been in a relationship, and I know.
Wait, she's a kid. So she's a baby. You're 21. You're like 3 years out of high school.
Fucking like she's been through.
You're not seasoned. Yeah, like
you're not seasoned.
You haven't even. You know, I you know what she's saying. Well, yeah, okay, that could apply if she was like, 30s, kids or no children, divorced, maybe in and out of couple relationships, actually have a basis to like have this opinion from. Whoa, yeah, she's been through nothing.
No, I am telling you that we've seen things
Who's
around
we?
me. Us. Maybe.
Are any of these girls your friends?
No, but I'm saying in general, I have friends that have seen maybe toxic relationships in their household. Maybe their friends have been in toxic relationships. Maybe women that we have grown up with.
Let me just come in really quick. So you think a guy...
Yeah, you have a very negative perspective on a lot of things.
Okay, so you think, by the way...
Because I have personal boundaries.
Hold on. Flan Life, thank you for the 5 gifted. So you think men wanting their girlfriends, partners, wives to not be partying, going out to bars and clubs, you think that that's oppression? Because you use the word oppressed.
I said women have been oppressed since the beginning of time.
How?
And it's natural.
Oh, gosh.
How?
Are you really? How?
Yeah, go ahead.
How?
You're the one saying this is true.
How?
Yes.
Here's maybe a better question.
No, because I'm not going.
Okay,
because you don't know how.
Because you don't know.
No, if I'm not going to explain to myself.
In normal conversation, when people aren't sitting around and patronizing you because you're loud and obnoxious, and a lot of people don't want to confront you.
I just got here.
But I'll tell you that right now.
I don't even like war.
You're very loud and obnoxious.
I don't believe in murder.
And you're full of a lot. No, I'm talking right now. You had your chance.
When they
I'm
signed you into the war, that's crazy. That's one thing.
That's equality, right?
What was that, the draft or something?
Draft, yeah.
Keep going.
Right. Thank you very much. All right. Now, what I'm saying is in conversation, when you bring something up, you can't just state something as fact and then not defend it. And then say, oh, well, if you don't know, it's just because you're XYZ, because that's what you're doing right now. So you said women have been oppressed by man since the dawn of civilization.
Yes.
How?
If you don't know that, I'm not going to explain to
Explain
you.
yourself.
Just put a big L.
Explain yourself and do it now. Explain yourself. I hate when people
Here's the thing. Here's the
make
thing.
a statement, and then when someone presses you on it, you're like, oh.
Yeah, here's the
if
thing.
you don't know.
Here's the thing, right? So you know what I find with some people who are pretending to be educated in certain things? They'll make statements that have general like generally it is right, but they can't actually pull a fact where truth. So for example, yes, women have had struggles in society. For example, let's say that women were considered property up until I think like 40, 50 years ago. Okay, why couldn't she bring that property? Why couldn't she bring that up?
They've been much longer than that, though.
Oh, I'm just saying, right? Like she said the dawn of time. She could have brought up a bunch of issues where women, or for example, women weren't allowed to vote or something like that. She couldn't have said any. She could have said any of those.
I think most of the modern people now don't vote.
Right, but I'm just saying though, is it when you have individuals who like her, for example, could be man, female, doesn't matter, but they have a point that they're trying to say, but they don't even know how to articulate it
because she doesn't have a point.
Because she doesn't have no point. Because her point is just
in modern times, none of her points are relevant.
Doesn't make any sense.
There's nothing she could say that would make anybody convinced that they're oppressed right now. That women are oppressed right now.
Since the dawn of time.
Since they're not. I mean, that doesn't matter. Even dawn of time, whatever. I mean,
I wouldn't say
no.
so.
I wouldn't say so in any no.
If
at least try.
I would argue that more there has been more demand and more men have been pressed way more than women to actually perform and do better and be something than women. For women, it's not required.
No, it was never required.
Never required. This is something that's been created, that to feel that you need to be something. The need for you isn't like the same as it is as for a man.
No, they choose that out of want, but for us, it's kind of you have to.
It's have to.
If we don't, well, then
And said, "Yo, you failed, bro.
you failed, bro. You'll be homeless. You don't have nothing. No one's gonna come and save you if you don't.
Yeah.
You had better perform.
Yeah, men have to perform.
Women can choose not to perform, and someone will take care of them.
Yeah, exactly.
So the thing about being oppressed, at least in the modern times, you're not being oppressed by nobody,
Yeah.
and no one's traumatizing you or doing anything. You're free to do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah.
You can be as successful as you like, and you can be as broke as you like, and you'll still be all right because the system will take care of you, or some schmuck will take care of you.
Yeah,
You know,
or
you don't have to
for example, if you get into a relationship and it doesn't work out, you can always leave and then take
press
it
my fucking
and take how much ever the courts deem necessary for you. That's crazy.
In the chat for her, guys.
That
Just
is
let's put a
basic
big L for this
knowledge.
girl, bro. People don't like you in real life. I'll tell you this right now.
Did I insult you or
John, she
put-
does have a point. You have used a couple ad hominem
You
attacks.
called
on
me
her.
a bitch and never
You
once
called-
did
you
I
called her a
cuss you. So maybe you should rethink the way you're speaking to me, and then I will give you that same respect back. Okay?
You did call her a bitch. You did say that no one likes her.
Yeah.
I would
I could read the
encourage
room.
you. No, I would encourage you to address her arguments rather than
Shut up.
use ad hominem.
Because that just shows
Shut
that you're
your
insecure.
goddamn
You're
mouth.
coming towards me,
Shut
my
it.
personality.
Right, but you still can't name anything
Quiet.
that women were oppressed by men since the dawn of civilization, right? Cool.
Women.
Just
oh
double
my-
checking on that. Cool.
So you don't think they were?
Are we already getting into the feminist stuff
Go
here?
ahead.
All right.
I'm just
How
asking.
are they?
No, I'm
How were
asking
they?
you. You don't
You are
think they
part
were?
of the problem if you don't think women were ever oppressed.
Man, I hate this.
You
Did I
are
ever
a
say
part
that?
of the
I can't
problem,
do
and that
this.
scares me. Because
Crazy.
I can't do this. I don't want to do
Craziness, bro.
That's such a whack argument. I can't.
I know this one, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. This one's not doing it for me. I want to say my 1-2 piece, but I can't even really react to this one.
It's so stupid. I just want them to actually give one good example.
Oh no, just have actually a nice dialogue. There's
It's dialogue, but that's too bad. He just wants an
There's
answer.
dialogue,
From
yeah,
them.
there's no answer.
They can't even give him an answer. It's been at least 4 or 5 minutes of them not being able to just give him one answer.
Bro.
It's like, in what way have you been oppressed
Oppressed.
this down of time?
Like,
Just ask
come
for
on.
one. Just one. One where you being oppressed. I don't even think saying that you can't vote is actually oppression. Is that oppression? I don't think so.
Yeah, because
Can we look at the definition of oppression?
yeah.
Can we look at that?
So
Okay, Google. Define oppression.
yeah, it's in any way holding someone back from what they want to do. It's oppression.
Prolonged, cruel, or unjust treatment or control.
Yeah.
Right? That's not.
It's
you can't
control.
vote.
They
And
control.
How are you controlling somebody saying you
Because
can't vote?
no, because with voting, you get to have your say in the person who's going to represent you. So by not allowing it to, you're controlling.
It gives you the chance to. Because I don't want Trudeau as our prime minister yet.
No,
Here he is.
but when the women's
So
vote
it-
does hold a huge population. If they do vote, it will add a huge chunk.
That's probably why our government sucks ass.
Yeah,
Why do you think we have Trudeau? He had a nice smile and everybody.
Hey, yo,
was
the
like,
girls love them. So, but either way, those 2 points have been used forever. I think they could even look. And let's be honest, this panel of women has not even brought up
not being
They
able
ha-
to vote and not being able to work was their biggest things.
right, but they didn't bring that up. They never said that.
I know they didn't.
Yeah, they never said.
'Cause they're stupid.
Yeah, they couldn't even pull that out of their hat.
They're dumb-dumbs.
Even though that's been the same talk for the last like
the
6,
same-
7 years. Same thing. We couldn't vote.
And you've been able to vote forever and you'll be able to go to work forever.
Yeah.
Okay? So you guys fought for those. You guys got them. Now you have nothing to fight for.
A really actually good table because look, and I just took this in right now. They're really young. It's good to have see where these young people are coming from because it's obviously at a place where there isn't a lot of knowledge going on at that table,
No, it's not, they don't have anything.
right?
to,
Because,
like,
yeah, because Ace, you can't
fight.
really grab at that age. You can't really grab anything from any experience. It's all he say, she say, things you may have read, but no actual
They're
experience.
complaining about nothing. They've got these young girls sitting at this table on this podcast. You're okay.
Yeah.
You're okay. You have nothing to complain about.
Yeah.
Nothing. Okay, you're at the peak of your life right now. 21, you know, the world is your oyster.
Yeah, what was your oyster?
And here you are complaining about oppression and things. You're not oppressed in any way, shape, or effing form.
No.
I don't see it. I'd love to see it.
That's like another argument I could talk about where they say, people, when he's for example for the how African Americans or whatever, quote unquote, black people, whatever, whichever way you want to describe them as, say, you know, they talk about slavery.
They call them people of color now.
Yeah, people of color or whatever. You talk about slavery. I can't say that. You know, from my experience, I know what slavery is like. I don't. I know what racism tastes like. Believe me, I've walked into some pretty racist areas, right? But I can't actually tell you, oh, you know, this is what oppression feels like. I wasn't actually born in slavery times. Now, my father can tell you what his grandmother would talk about, because, to be honest, 1860s when it was abolished, just because it was abolished doesn't mean that people just stopped being racist or stopped practicing those types of behaviors. But I can't tell you right now, oh yeah, you know, I'm feeling the effects of this oppression. Most modern women today who are in their 20s or younger have no clue what it's like to be oppressed as a woman. They don't, because, you know, 2020, the year 2000, things have changed in the millennium. They really have changed. A woman from the 1960s is not the same woman as 2020, 2023.
No, of course not. Men aren't the same either, too.
Men aren't the same.
Yeah, nobody's the same.
You know, so we can't keep going back and saying, oh, you know, this happened to our people back then, so this is what I feel like now.
Nah, we need more modern conversations.
Yeah, you're not really. You're
the modern man and the modern.
We're not affected by that. As we're not affected as we were.
I don't think, and not one of these women on this table here, to me, has had any real world issues besides maybe you got in a bad relationship.
Yeah.
Okay. And
at that age, it's 19, 20, 21. No.
21.
Just finished high school.
You haven't lived any life, man. I'm talking toxic relationship.
Like, you don't know what that means.
Okay. Yeah, you had a bad relationship with a young person. You're both young. You're both likely to make mistakes, say things you probably shouldn't say, do things that you probably shouldn't say. I mean, it happens. But
yeah, you just got out of your diapers. You guys are still young.
Yeah. Like, get over yourself. You're not oppressed. Like,
no.
Go pick up a shovel and go.
At least not in this. Yeah, at least not in the same way as your mother or her mother's mother was. The things that they went through.
Her mother. I'm sure all these girls' mothers were all successful in some way, shape, or form.
I know. Look, they do look pretty like
like
done up. That is that. Yeah.
I guarantee you, maybe not all of them came from
blue collar. At least blue collar.
Somebody has their own blue collar at some point in time. Or
yeah.
I'm sure their mothers had worked and had jobs. You know, oppressed, whatever.
No, they don't feel it.
They don't feel it. You don't feel.
You know, I always say, you know, to feel oppression, you have to go into the poorest parts of any parts of the world.
Yeah, tell me that. And
you can't. Oppressed, yeah, you can't tell me that you're oppressed and you're living better than half the world.
To me, it's like when you're oppressed, no matter what you do, you can't get out of the position you're in.
Yeah, and these words that we throw around today are just being used so lightly.
Yeah.
You know, how is that oppression? I don't really see it. I can tell you right now, any person today that lives in North America, that's Canada or United States, and you live in a home, you have 3 school meals a day, you're able to go to school, drive a vehicle, have fun, have a cell phone, bills paid, all these other things, you're not living in oppression. Oh. I can tell you that right now, you are living in a decadent nest and you don't even know it.
Yeah, you're living a life of luxury.
Because I could take you down south into South America, I could take you to other parts of the world where that's real oppression. Where even if they wanted to speak out, just like how these women are speaking out, for example, here's a good example. I know some countries that are Islamic countries, women aren't even allowed to come out and talk like this. They're not allowed to get driver's license. They're not allowed to come out and talk. I'm not saying this is right. I'm saying I don't agree with that. I think women should be able to drive, go to school, do all those things, have all the access to life as everyone else has. But even sitting at this table, these women would say that they're oppressed. I don't think so.
No,
I really don't think so. Women that are living in these other countries that I just said of, now that's oppression. That's real oppression.
Yeah, these girls are not oppressed.
You know,
and I don't even think they actually deserve to have the conversation.
No. Well, this is what the guy was saying. He's like, how would you feel? He's like, you're 21. Where are you getting your information from?
Yeah. But there's so much life for you to still live, and you're acting like, I'm oppressed. Please.
Yeah. The words we choose to describe what we're like is very, very important. No. There was a lot. One of our other episodes that we had where one of the gentlemen was talking about his wife going through trauma because when he came home from work, she had to do the dishes and he didn't want to see her doing dishes, laundry, and this and that.
You're saying any woman he's with, he doesn't want to see.
Any woman that she's with.
You're saying any woman.
When realistically, you know, as partners, as couples, you each have roles to play. Whether the man's at home or woman's at home,
that dude was a pain.
You guys have to decide as a couple what chores are going to be done or all these other things, right? So, anyways, the words that he was using was, oh, it's traumatic for a woman to have to go through that, and that's not a word I would put side by side with responsibility. How is it traumatic to do responsibilities within the home? So it's very important to watch the words that we use when trying to articulate what we're trying to say. And as you can tell, these women are very young, so they don't know how to properly articulate what they're trying to say. So this is why the conversations actually went nowhere.
Yeah, it really did.
Yeah, I didn't learn much from this other than the younger generation really needs to start educating themselves more on what's really happening and stop being fed these certain lies, or so that when they're able to get in front of a panel, they can articulate themselves and speak. Yeah.
Well, that's it, y'all. I don't have much else to say about this topic.
No.
Yeah. No. Choose your words wisely. Slow down for a moment. Think. Before you talk. Don't talk and then think. Words are very powerful.
Yeah.
Especially some people are more literal too. When you're using certain words and they take what you're saying.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
So
People would do that.
I do that.
Yeah, I do that too.
Yeah, I do that too. Sometimes it messes me up. Because I realize some people just throw around words.
Yeah.
And they say, I don't mean literally. Well, so use
say what you mean, don't mean what you say.
Yeah, and if you're talking both the same language, you have to use the correct words so I understand what you're saying. And I shouldn't have to try and decode what you mean.
No.
Okay? Yeah. Anyways, y'all, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell.
And we'll see you next time.
Leave a comment below. Deuce.
Deuce.